that's, Chef Wan and I, we said, definitely we're going to bring Malaysian and promote more Malaysian cuisine abroad. Yeah.
Welcome to Hospitality Asia channel on HAPA TV. I'm Jennifer Ong, and today we're here with Shum, Managing Partner of Chef Wan Group of Restaurants. And today Andre is going to share with us the interesting story of how Chef Wan Group of Restaurants started. Let's welcome Andre.
Hi, I'm Andre. I'm the Managing Partner of Chef Wan Group of Restaurants. Yeah.
Welcome to HAPA TV.
Thank you for the invitation. Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah. So before we start, we need to congratulate, of course, yourself, Chef Wan, and your team, because both his restaurant, De.Wan 1958 by Chef Wan and Cafe Chef Wan, have both been nominated for the HAPA Awards Malaysia Series 2022-2023. Yeah, lots of happening. I know there are many outlets. So Andre, tell us how, the beginning of Chef Wan Group of Restaurants. And how many outlets you have, and you guys have expanded really quickly.
Yeah. Recently, yes. Yeah. So, well, it all started, I think I've told this story to several people before this. Chef Wan, it's a family friend and a very close friend. And we have always been planning of doing a restaurant together.
Right.
And yes, I've also all the time at that time, pujok Chef Wan, let's do it soon, and stuff. And then finally, we started off with De.Wan 1958. So in the beginning of the time, we were planning what kind of concept we wanted to do. And at that time, I had a team to research the market, and we felt that the cuisine, Malay cuisine, has been very neglected. And we felt that it needed more attention for that cuisine.
Right.
So, and then, and I also, and Chef Wan and I, we also thought to ourselves and said, hey, you know what? You're not just a local celebrity chef. You're an international celebrity. We should do something that represents the country. And that's how we started off with De.Wan 1958.
Right. And that's the one at the link, right?
That's right. That's our first,
your first
outlet. Yes.
When was that? When was that footprint made?
So that was in April 2019. It was very exciting throughout the whole year. And then until 2020 came, and then you had that pandemic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. That's right. So tell us how has it been? I mean, it was exactly a year, right, since you opened, then pandemic hit.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I understand
almost
that
a year. That's
almost a year, right?
Yeah.
And De.Wan went into food deliveries and all this. So I know being resilient is one very important thing for restaurants and F&B. How did it go for you guys?
So when that happened, right? Okay, like our world just went upside down, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. So Chef Wan and I, we sat down together with a team, and then we were discussing and said, we're not going to open first, right? But we knew that it's going to be a long haul thing. And we decided, Chef Wan and I, we decided and we said, you know what? We are not just going to be like the Joneses where, we just do the lazy way, where we take our menu, put it online and just do delivery, because we know that, everyone is going to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Chef Wan and I, we thought outside the box, and we said that if we are going to do delivery, that's the only form of channel for us to sell our products, right? We have to find and think outside the box. So then at that time, we thought of the gifting concept, right? So because everyone's locked at home, and we wanted, the only way to encourage people to give us business, so to speak, right, was to give people. That's why we came up with this concept, the care package, right?
Yeah.
So, and also because we wanted to do that whole, sustainability thing and all. So initially, at the time we came up with the tiffin.
Yes.
Was supposed to be for
beautiful. That was beautiful.
Delivery, what I mean, and something for people to talk about, but it ended up, as a gift, and everyone was buying the tiffins and gifting to people and stuff and all that kind of thing. So that actually really pulled us through the whole pandemic.
Wow.
And not only just that, we also came up with other products as well, which is not the typical delivery stuff lah.
Yeah. You had all the sambals packages as well,
That's right.
remember, right?
That's right. So
Yeah.
I always say, right, it's always a pandemic. We work a little bit harder and then we discover a new business, right?
Yeah.
So because, like I said, right, because that was the only channel for us to do business, and so we started off with some FMCG products, which is our sambal from De.Wan. So we have 4 flavors, and that is also selling very well.
And you're still doing that.
And we are still doing that as well. The tiffins and the sambals, and then we also recently just launched the flasket for the Cafe Chef one.
Right. And you're still continuing with the tiffin concept?
Yeah, we are.
Right.
People are still buying that as we've come up with a series of it, and people have been buying it as a collection of all the series.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why, right? People say during every crisis, there's opportunity.
Exactly,
yeah?
that's right. You just have to give a little bit of thought to it. Yeah.
It's always seeking and finding that opportunity that comes.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a bit more. I mean, I'm sure, there are people who's always wondering, this partnership that you all had with Chef Wan, how much involved is Chef Wan, in this business?
Yeah, well, a lot of people think that, Chef Wan is just using his name for the restaurant. No, that's not true. Chef Wan is very, very, my partner is very, very involved.
Right.
Of course, all the food you see in the menu, he curates the menu, the recipe is from him. Obviously, it's got to be from him, right? Yeah. So we both have our own responsibility, and because I have been in F&B for so many years, so I take care of the business part and the operation part of things.
Right.
And I can't cook, you know what I mean? And I need my partner, Chef Wan, to curate the menus and stuff.
Yeah.
And it worked out really, really well.
Yeah.
Really well. He's very, very involved, and he's very particular with his food.
Yeah, and this is really amazing, right? I mean, come to think of it, Chef Wan has been a top chef, right, in our country, and like you said, internationally known for so many decades. And now only now that you see that the restaurant of his name, and which is him as well. That this is when you walk into De.Wan and when you walk to Cafe Chef Wan, you literally get to experience all the cuisines and all the different dishes created and cooked by Chef Wan and his team. And it took so many years before we actually got a restaurant from him in this scale.
Yeah.
So, it's really amazing. Yeah. And so under the group, Chef Wan Restaurant Group, what are all the brands and how many outlets do you have, and what's new, what's coming up, what's more?
So under the Chef Wan Group of restaurants, we have only 2 brands.
Okay.
One is De.Wan 1958, which serves premium Malay cuisine.
Right.
Yeah, as I mentioned just now. And then we have Cafe Chef Wan, a more casual dining restaurant, more like a cafe, that has offerings of local and also international cuisine. Basically, the cafe was, Chef Wan and we came up with this concept is because it depicts Chef Wan's younger days when he was young, right?
Nice.
And he used to travel around the world and stuff and all. Therefore, that's why you see is Cafe Chef Wan, my travelogue of the world.
Right.
So all the dishes you see in the menu basically is the little experiences that he brings back from overseas, where he used to travel back to his fans to experience it as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
So we have 2 brands. So it's De.Wan and Cafe Chef Wan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have, how many outlets do you have? You have 3 for De.Wan
So
now?
we started off with De.Wan 1958. That's in 2019. Then 2020, we opened the first Cafe Chef Wan in KL East Mall. And then the second Bangi as well opened in 2020 as well. De.Wan 1958 in Bangi.
Right.
And then shortly after that, in 2021, we opened up our 4th outlet for Cafe Chef Wan in Malacca. So now, at that time, we were, going slow because it was still the pandemic and stuff. And now that we are fully open and we are going all out for expansion now.
Right.
So recently, we have opened up Cafe Chef Wan in Taman Tun.
Right.
And then Shalam recently opened up at Setia City Mall. And in Bangsa Shopping Centre, we also have a Cafe Chef Wan, but it's a smaller scale. We call it Petite Cafe Chef Wan.
Right. Right.
And then moving forward, we have IOI for Cafe Chef One. And then, of course, we have De.Wan at Bangsa Shopping Centre. That's going to be a
That's
big
a
one.
big one, right?
That's right,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. And when is that one opening?
So the soft opening will be on the 21st of January. So we are going to sort of break into the kitchen. And most probably the official opening will be in February.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, did you hear that? There's so many. I think there are about 6 or 7 already,
Yeah.
you know. And you guys you only started in April 2019. And it's such a fast expansion in less than
We could have been
3 years.
faster if it stopped for the pandemic, okay? Our life just went on pause for 2.5 years, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
could have
opening.
done so much more.
How many restaurants did you open during the pandemic in 2020 itself?
So during the pandemic, we opened up 3 actually. Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
So it was quite rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's all right, you know.
Yeah, that's
we're
nice.
Very
That's
happy
really
with
good.
it. Yeah.
No, I think it's a perfect time, and also to bring brands like Chef One's, restaurant brands into Malaysia, really make it really relevant for the F&B industry, especially for our country.
Exactly, yes,
Right?
yes,
and
yes.
Malay cuisine, I think we're kind of underrated. We don't have enough of really
It's
good
true.
Malay
You know what?
restaurants.
It's interesting what you just said. Actually, I actually wanted to mention this as well. I just think that Malaysian cuisine it's really, it's neglected.
Yes.
I mean, if you think about it, right? If you go overseas, you see Japanese, you see Thai, you see Vietnamese, but when it comes to Malaysia, it's just one restaurant in one corner, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think Chef Wan and I, we have plans to take this overseas because we think that we want to
beautiful.
really promote Malaysian cuisine abroad,
Yeah.
and again, Chef Wan is an international celebrity.
Yes.
People know him abroad as well. So I think it's in due time we are going to be bringing our brands overseas.
That's
as well.
good. That's really interesting because when you travel around the world and you hear there's a Malaysian restaurant,
That's right.
Like you say at a corner, and you go, and then people always think Malaysian restaurant is about nasi lemak lah,
Exactly.
char kway teow.
Yeah.
But that doesn't represent our.
It doesn't really.
Yeah,
That's right.
Malay
It's really
cuisine.
sad, actually. You know what I mean?
It is.
And it's always that one Malaysian restaurant in one corner in Chinatown. And then when you go and eat, it's totally doesn't represent Malaysia at all.
Absolutely.
It is so disappointing. So I think, that's, Chef Wan and I, we said, definitely we're going to bring Malaysian and promote more Malaysian cuisine abroad.
Yeah. I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, that's our plan
Absolutely
moving
brilliant.
forward.
Andre, I would look forward. I mean, can you imagine going to all the main cities in the world?
Yeah, definitely.
And you see the De.Wan restaurant concept,
Right.
being put into these different countries and different cities. That's the footprint of where
That's
you're
right.
going to set Malay cuisine
Yeah.
to. Right?
Not only just for us, footprint for Malaysia as well.
Yes,
as a
yes.
whole.
I think that's well, when's that coming up?
Well, first of all, I always
Asking
tell
first.
people always ask me that question, right? And I always say that we cannot rush into all this. First of all, we need to be very solid in our home country first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once we are well and ready, and then we will then start looking at overseas
Fantastic.
locations.
I see.
Yeah.
So Andre, now you have so many restaurants. You mentioned like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
How many would you have by December 2023?
So by December 2023, we will have 11. Our last outlet that we'll be opening up, in Kuantan.
Okay.
So all this is made possible thanks to our new investor, Global Tech Berhad. It's a public listed company. Now we are a subsidiary of a listed company.
Oh, congratulations.
We're very happy that they're our new partner, Chef Wan and I. And, we have great journey moving forward. Yeah.
Wow. Now I know why they're looking into so many expansions and
Right.
going overseas, right? You have one in Malacca.
One in Malacca.
That's huge. That's like what, 7,000 square feet?
That's 7,000 square feet.
7,000 square feet in Malacca. Okay, which part in Malacca?
So it's at the Shore Gallery,
Okay.
It's at the Shore Gallery. It's in the heart of Malacca.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's one of the main one. Then what else do you have outside Klang Valley?
So the next one is going to be in Kuantan.
Kuantan.
Yes.
Okay.
So
and
that
any
will be
more
outside.
after that?
We are still considering other states as well, but we haven't found the suitable
location.
location yet. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So what can fans of Chef Wan and those who are, regular and not so regular, what can they look forward to in 2023 in terms of dining experience, at your restaurants?
They will see more of us everywhere, and it's going to be more convenient because we always have complaints saying that we are very far away, and they want to have experience in our restaurants, but it's like a journey to get to our restaurant. So not to worry, now we are bringing it closer to you.
Good.
That's what you're going to see in 2023.
Yeah, that's really good, right? Because we know that those who are in KL, and you can go to the link and you can have your great Malaysian Malay dishes at De.Wan there. And then now BSC is opening up, so it's in the center. Any in PJ for De.Wan?
PJ will be the closest one will be TDDI.
In TDDI, yeah.
Yes.
So there is a Cafe Chef One in TDDI. Have a look. I mean, I've been there. Great location. Parking is all right in front. No complaints on that. Yeah. And of course, looking forward to the BSC one. I'm looking forward to
it. It's beautiful. You guys got to see it.
It's on the first floor, isn't it?
It's on the first floor. It's just above the grocer.
Okay, so what's different between the BSC one and the link one?
Okay, so we are always very, very focused with our De.Wan brand, right? So we are always targeting events and corporates. So the difference between the two is that in the link, you have a banquet hall, right? So in Bangsa Shopping Centre, we don't exactly have a banquet hall, but you still can do events.
Okay.
But this time, we have more focus on private rooms.
Oh, so how many private rooms do you have?
12 private rooms.
12. And the capacity of the rooms, how big are these rooms?
Okay, so each room can sit 10 to 12, and they're expandable.
Oh,
so you can sit up to 60 per stretch.
Right.
Then, of course, we have two stretches of private room.
Right.
One stretch of it opens up to the main dining hall, so it becomes a bigger dining hall.
Right. So we can actually visit already during Chinese New Year.
You can. On the 21st of January, we are doing a soft launch. But please forgive us if, if there's any...
yeah, of course, it's an opening party. It's always a teething beginning.
Yes.
Right? And tiffins will be available there as well.
Definitely.
Oh, you've got to go and look at the tiffins. They're really beautiful.
As well.
And the sambals, Good. Andre, any last message to our audience?
Well, it's exciting to bring all this to the market, Chef Wen and I. We hope that we'll see you guys in our restaurants and our outlets.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Andre. Thank you for being here and sharing your story. Definitely more stories coming up, not just in terms of Malay cuisine, many other cuisines as well. Malaysia is opening up very, very quickly. F&B market is flourishing, mushrooming up, time for us to go out and try out all the different food we have. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch you again at the next episode on HAPA TV.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.